You are about to listen to a Beyond the Wheel minipod.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Beyond the Wheel podcast. And in today's minipod, we are joined by my wife, Julie, to talk about her new book that was just recently published in December. It's called The Epic Retirement Bucket List. So welcome, Julie, to the minipod.
Thanks, Sean. I'm so excited to be on Beyond the Wheel.
And you may recognize her voice because she does do the intro to our podcast that comes out every other week. So you probably recognize her voice. So Julie, the Epic Retirement Bucket List. How did you get the ideas for this? And have you been to all of the locations outlined in this book?
I actually have not. It's 150 different ideas of things to do in your next chapter. And what I did is I started off with places I have been, places I really loved going to, and then I kind of delved into my bucket list as well. So it's kind of a mixture of both.
These are not just all travel ideas, right? There is some non-travel stuff, or is it all travel?
The bulk of it is travel. However, there are also things that you can do right in your own neck of the woods.
Oh, okay. And then as far as the traveling goes, are there things that you can do in your RV, or can you do most of it in your RV? How does that work how would this book apply to our audience?
Yeah, well, definitely there are a lot of things in here that can be done and places that you can travel to in your RV. And just to kind of piggyback on this question and the last, one of the things in here is about geocaching, which, as you know, geocaching is something that I enjoy doing when we're traveling, but it's also something that you can do at home because it is using an app or a GPS device to find hidden treasure, basically. And so that is one thing that could be done either at home or while you're traveling. And then as far as the things that are specific to traveling, some of them could absolutely be done in your RV. For example, one of the sections that I have is on RVing around the Mighty Five. That's the 5 national parks in Utah. And there's also international travel that you could also do in an RV. For example, I have renting a camper van in New Zealand because, as you know, that is high on my bucket list.
Yeah. So the RV stuff, it's not all necessarily United States.
No, it's all of the travel is both in the U.S. and international, all on every continent, basically. So some continents you can't RV on, as you know. So some of the things you would have to take a cruise or a guided excursion to get to also.
Okay. And then just going back to the beginning, why did you write this book? Like, what was the process for writing this book? How did you get the deal to write it, etc.?
Yeah, a lot of people actually ask me that because in traditional publishing, the route that people would go is they would write a pitch and go through an agent and pitch big publishing houses. But the way that I wrote the book is it kind of actually went backwards. I did go through a publisher, but one of the new things in publishing now is recruiting of writers. And so this publishing company actually recruited me. They found me on social media because I'm a blogger, I'm a speaker, and we both co-authored another book. So they found me through social media. They were able to see some of my writing before even reaching out to me to make sure that I would be a good fit. And then they contacted me. I actually ignored the first email because I thought it was a scam. I got another one that was like, read this article about our publishing house. We're not a scam. And then I had a meeting and kind of an interview. And then I actually had a writing prompt. I actually had to write like the first 2 entries for this book, along with a couple other people that they were vetting as well. And then they selected me.
And then you had it, they took care of, you wrote it and then they edited it and put it all together, formatted it correctly, all
Yeah,
that.
exactly. I worked together with an editor, different editors actually, depending on the part of the process. But they gave me the title of the book and the basic gist of what they wanted it to be about. And then they told me I needed 150 activities. So I came up with the list, but then the list went to an editor before I even did any writing. And they had some suggestions to make sure that they were kind of spread out all around the world. I think I was kind of more Europe heavy when I was focusing on international, because that is where most of my international bucket list items are. But as I started stretching my mind a little bit to other places, it was still very easy to come up with other great places.
And then the book itself is 5 chapters, and each is in 5 different topics.
Yeah, it's basically 5 different categories. So one is go exploring, and so obviously that's very travel focused. The next one is eat, drink, and be merry, which is a lot of fun. And I made those like different destinations and kind of talked about some gastronomic experiences that you could have all around the world. And then my favorite chapter is embrace new experiences. And again, some of them are things that you can do at home, but they're also just places that you could go and things that you could do. Like, for instance, one of the things that I want to do coming up is rafting through the Grand Canyon. I'm not sure if you want to join me or not, but I actually have a friend who's going to be doing that this year, and that kind of gave me the idea to do a little research and write about it, and now it's really high on my bucket list. And chapter 4 is give back. So this one, believe it or not, it's a lot of community service type things, but believe it or not, you can also do that abroad. So there's things that you can do at home or things that you could travel to give back. And I talk about caravanning, which is through Habitat for Humanity. They have a program called Caravanners. And what they do is they have people go build houses just like you do for regular Habitat for Humanity. But this one is geared for RVers, and they make sure that it's near a campground where you can stay while you're on a 8-week home build.
Oh, cool.
And the last chapter is challenge yourself. So those are things to like really get you out of your comfort zone and doing new and exciting things.
So although not completely focused on RVing, it sounds like a lot of the activities, I mean, we know a lot of RVers. We've been RVers for a long time, and RVing typically leads you to other travel experiences. And so this book could really be helpful in helping people find what other stuff they want to do outside of RVing as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what the whole book is about. It's not very long. It's a real easy read, and you don't have to read it from cover to cover because it's really just meant to kind of get you started in your quest for doing things. So no entry is more than a page. So I'm not giving you the whole in-depth thing on going somewhere. I'm giving you an idea of where you could go. It also includes resources and places to get additional information and a few helpful tips like what's the best time of year to do something or what's the best way to get somewhere.
And where is this book available?
This book is available anywhere books are sold. If you're in an RV and you want to cut down on the amount of hard copy books that you have, you can get it on Kindle or Barnes & Noble Nook. You can also buy the paperback at online on Amazon, but we just recently went and saw it on the shelf of our local Barnes & Noble. Some Walmarts and Targets are carrying it, so it's pretty much everywhere. And like I said, you can also get an e-copy.
Well, everybody, I hope this provides you with a quick overview of Julie's book and the information it contains. I have to say it's a really good book because, of course, she's my wife. But not only that, it's gotten good reviews so far as well. So if you have any inkling to learn more about places, exciting places to travel and volunteer your time or just get out and have fun, check out Julie's book, The Epic Retirement Bucket List. I'll put a link in the show notes to the Amazon link and to the Barnes & Noble link as well. And thanks, everybody, for joining us. And thank you, Julie.
Thanks, Sean.